I would say it's more about active listening to the youths of I feel like uh, for active citizenship there is this aspect of only expressing that is focused on highly, but I think there is a large aspect that we miss is about listening to them and what they're going through or what they want in life or what they want during their time in the present. So I feel like that is something that I learned to actively listen to the youth. Yeah.
So there are three things that come to my mind. One is that education and travel is a privilege. The other thing is that change starts with awareness. And the third thing is that most important skill to build a society of understanding is listening.
So working with youth, I have different experiences. I've worked in the classroom as an English teacher. I also been in informal education and now in the youth center. And I think what I can tell about them and what I've learned throughout these years is just that young people want to be heard and they want to feel like they are part of the community. So I think the best we can do for them is just light this fire inside of them where they feel like they belong.
I think the most important thing that I've learned as a youth worker is, the skill I've learned, and the most important one is public speaking. Of course, maybe that might seem obvious, but being able to stand in front of people and feel comfortable with that, and feel comfortable with silence, and feel comfortable with other people also taking space, not just a facilitator. I think that is one of the most important skills as not just a teacher, but also a youth worker and a facilitator.
So in my career, I learn about how important is active listening, and in working with young people, is this skills is very important because they need space to express themselves and space for putting in practice what they think and what they feel.
So now, after some experience in youth work, I think that whenever we talk about active citizenship, there is always a topic of systems change. And in the systems that we are part of, it's very easy to feel powerless, that I alone, as an individual, cannot change much. And I have found out that it is true. So the important thing is to meet with other people and to work on a change together and to involve people in decision making, in creation of ideas, and so on.
In my opinion, it's also to be someone who takes responsibility. I think that's the big part of the thing that we have to learn initially as youth workers, as people who work with many young people, that we are accountable for whatever we say, whatever we take responsibility, but also to have this ability to, in a way, activate that thing in people. So they understand like whatever they do in their life, they're accountable for that, the responsibilities on them, and we do not only live as individuals, but at the same time in societal level, that accountability kind of adds up to each other, accumulates, and in the end of the day, that's how we create a better city, a better country, and of course, a better continent to live.
Well, I would say that when I was in high school, I felt very detached from society. I was just very into my studies and to have good grades and have a good performance at university. And I felt very, very, very not part of the society, very detached. And since I'm in COSI, I feel that I'm trying to do something for the society, something to change things, something to improve a little bit people minds, people awareness about solidarity, tolerance. So I feel part of a community now.
I come from Bangladesh. It's only been like a year and a half in Europe. So like in Bangladesh, you could say active citizenship exists, but it's not like, it's not a large part of the thinking or conceptual or the mindset. But here it is. And to be honest, like if I say what's like the one thing or the big thing that I learned is actually what active citizenship is, or how it is perceived by the Europeans. So I think that's something that like completely new thing was added to my mind and worldview.
When you talk about active citizenship, I think people think about straight to politics, and I feel like it's important to let people know that that's just not how being active means. Even the small changes in your community can be helpful and can be a good change. So I think it's just getting involved, participating in everything, volunteering, giving everything you can to help the next one.
As my goal for the future is to have my own organization that specifies for the Erasmus projects. The most important thing that I get from this particular program, I think, is that to have connections with the like-minded people, to share the ideas and the passion about regarding the projects, and to collaborate in the future, hopefully.
I think the idea of having the knowledge and ability to write a project has always been with me, at least for the past couple of years. But to have the right tool, the right knowledge, on point things, and I would say practical knowledge base to do that, that was something that I was always lacking. So I assume this project is going to help me out a lot. The main thing for me would be that by the end of this project, when I'm back home, I will finally file my NGO. So legally, I will be an NGO. I will have the organization, institutional right to have projects, apply for these kind of things. Next year, I will be in the same position, not only as a participant, but as a trainer, as a facilitator, specifically in this context, Erasmus Plus projects.
So this particular project, coffee project, is very useful because we can put in practice things we want to do in our future. We are writing projects, we are writing youth exchanges, training courses, and business plan. So I think it's very practical, and you are not only exchanging ideas, but you are really creating something concrete for your future.
Well, because our organization is very new, I think that this project is completely fundamental for us to even start making projects, because without this project, I wouldn't know where to start. I don't even know where to find the link to apply for a project, and I've already learned that here. Of course, that's a small thing, but all the nooks and crannies and all the things you have to think about when you make the applications, all the things that you have to keep in mind, these are the things I've learned in this project in a very short amount of time. And I will bring this back to my organization, and hopefully we'll be able to keep this knowledge and write more projects in the future.
It helps in a lot of ways. First of all, it's really nice to create connections with people from all around the world. And second of all, I learned so many things that I don't think I could have learned in any other place. From writing projects to creating connections to organizing projects that if I was not here, I could not have learned them anywhere else.
So this project, for me, it is important because I want to learn how to write projects, because I want to apply an Erasmus, a project for Erasmus Plus mobility, and do training course for youth workers, because I have some ideas and I need the skills.
The most important thing I would like to tell my younger self is do these projects more often and actually participate instead of just trying to hang out and stuff. So you do that as well, my younger self, but also participate actively. Yeah.
When I was younger than what I already am, I thought that for doing something in a society, you need to spend a lot of time, you have to be very engaged, to do big things. And I only thought that only maybe government can do that through laws or something. But actually, if I had an advice for my younger self, is that you can do very small things to contribute in a society. You can look for small things you can do, like events or participate in some festivals. So if you want to do something, don't think you have to do big things. You can really do very, very small things to change.
So the advice I would give to my younger self regarding active citizenship is to find people that you can do things with, don't do them alone, and find ways how to have more joy, bring more joy in the work.
My advice to my younger self and also to every person around me is to be the authentic versions of themselves.
If I could say something to my younger self, it would be just get your feet wet, like Hairstyle said, and just go for it. Don't be afraid of experiencing new things. There's so much to discover and to experience. And it might be scary, but you're gonna get so much experience, you're gonna learn so much things, and you're gonna meet new people, which is incredible.
I think what I would have told myself back then is that don't be afraid of taking risks and being impulsive and just kind of seeing where it leads you. Because you can learn a lot, even if you find out that it wasn't really your thing, then you've learned that.
So the advice I would give, it would be, first of all, to surround yourself with people that do have the same values as you do, and that they believe in the same things that you believe in. And second of all is to have faith that things will work out for the best.